Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick channel update. You might have noticed there's a few things that have changed over the last month or two in the way that I've been doing things, and I just wanted to update you guys with where I've been, where I am, and what I plan in the future. Let's do this. Rightio, so I've made up a little PowerPoint presentation. Um, Yeah, so I just wanted to run through a few points. Bit of a talking head video. No racing today, no tips. So if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I'm sure there's lots of other racing going on at the moment that would be a lot more entertaining. So just wanted to start off with how I started this channel, where it got to, what I think went wrong, what I plan, and what you guys need to do. Let's start off with how I started. So 2 years ago, I used to record all of my races. It was something that I used. It was just shadow play in my old room. I had a 4K TV. Shadow play was a very easy tool. I highly recommend it for people starting out, where you could basically just have the screen capture and capturing the mic and a camera if you wanted to, and once you were finished recording, it has a really good function of uploading straight away to YouTube. So that's how I started out. It was the whole idea to start off with was for me to watch my races at work that day and just see where I was going wrong, see what mistakes I was making, how I could be faster, and always trying to improve myself. The commentary that I was doing at the time was just simply what I was thinking through the race, just talking it out aloud. It was early in the morning. There was no one around. I was my best audience. I still am, I think. And yeah, so that's the formula. Initially, there was no camera at all. I actually felt quite shy, if that makes sense, about um, seeing myself. I guess a bit of a low self esteem, and yeah, not really confident in front of a camera. But uh, as time went on, along with the racing, I started to really enjoy the presenting aspect of the content creation. I love watching motorsport, and along with the racing and all that, I think the commentary always works parallel with the racing to give the viewer, which at the time I thought was just myself, um, a good way of describing a lot of aspects of the race that you might not see right in front of you, that there are other things going on, and it brings it all together. But after a while, people started watching. My views started going up. I used to get 15, 20, 30 views per video, and it was actually quite exciting. And people that were watching were subscribing. So I had this little slow subscriber count. I think I was for the first 12 months, it was really steady. It was like 6 subscribers per month. And me personally, I know that's very small. It felt humbling that people were constantly latching onto this little formula that I'd created for myself. And the formula itself, I think today is basically still the same. And yeah, so that's how my channel started. I had no intentions of getting to where I was. It's something that happens organically with presenting yourself to the public. But yeah, so where I got to the subscriber count of 100 subs, and I started thinking to myself, hang on a minute, this channel might go places. I could be the next Jimmy Broadbent, could be the next Matt Malone, or these days, the next Dave Cameron. Dave Cameron and I raced a lot when I was first got into iRacing, and um, he kind of inspired me to get to my next step. And yeah, we always had good camaraderie on track, especially in the Porsche, the Roof Cup. That was a lot of fun. And back then, he was a bit slower, so I could keep up with him just. So yeah, when the subscriber count built up, I started presenting my videos towards the audience rather than to myself in the video. Um, it really changed the direction of what I was doing every morning. So basically, I got up every day anyway. Um, I sim racing is my ultimate passion. I love racing, whether it be racing for first, mid pack, or last. As long as I'm racing with somebody, that's what gets me going every day. And yeah, so as my commentary progressed and I started presenting to the audience, that which was my subscribers, it actually helped me a lot with public speaking and public confidence, especially in the workplace. I had workplace can be a very tense place, and when there's conflict or um, someone who would stand up to you, I would always back off and get really hesitant. My ums and ahs and trying to think about five things at once would cancel out all five things and I'd end up with nothing. So presenting something to people actually really helped me in my personal life and my self-esteem and personal confidence. All that stuff comes along over time. And yeah, I think I became um, a more confident person in real life. So because I was presenting to people, I was watching my shadow play replays going, this is pretty basic knackers. And I watched a hell of a lot of videos on how to retain an audience. People like Epos Fox, Linus Tech Tips used to have a lot of tips on how to maintain a channel. Um, there's a whole raft of videos out there on not just what to present, but how to present. Tactics for like tags and things that you put into your videos and linking and I'll go a little bit further later on about spreading the wings rather than just focusing on the one channel. Always when I got my triple screens, so I had my second child, my daughter, and there was a room shift where I lost my racing room. So Peter got that, and I found that I got shoved into this room right now, which is, I think it's about 1.5, 1.6 meters wide. I'm touching either side of my room at the moment. It's not very big at all. And I used that opportunity to get triple screens. So when I got triple screens, Shadow Play didn't work anymore. So I had to find out a new way, watched a lot more YouTube, and OBS was kind of in its infancy at the time. And I've watched a lot of content, especially Epos Fox, on how to incorporate OBS into my channel. And I think that has been amazing. That, along with getting a stream deck, has really, personally, I think, really stepped it all up a notch. So yeah, I was kind of backed into a corner with Shadow Play, and going to OBS sort of opened up a whole world of things that I could present, ways that I could present things like this PowerPoint presentation right now I would never have even thought of 3 years ago. But essentially, I always wanted to stay true to my original format, which was talking at the start of the race, having a race, and then summarizing it. That's my formula. It could be wrong. I don't really care, to be honest. The basic formula was why I started the channel. So I've always tried to do that. So it might seem that I'm talking a bit too much, but essentially with the intro, I want to talk about the topics for the week, whether it be like Formula Sprint at the moment, the setups are wrong and the cars are bottoming out, whether it's weather affecting the track that week, anything that's relative to that particular race, people that you're racing against, the strength of fields, for example, all that sort of stuff. And then the race itself, and the summary at the end, just talking myself through just getting the thoughts out of my head, basically, getting it off my chest, the summary, points, all that sort of stuff, any incidents that happened in the race. My content started attracting an ever growing viewership, and the numbers just kept going up. And when I got to, I think, about 650, 700 subscribers, I started to really push for that 1,000 subscriber mark. I put a lot of time and effort into this, and there was no income. This is all just me. And then YouTube changed their policy to having 4,000 hours viewing time and also 1,000 subscribers as a prerequisite for any sort of ad revenue. And so that became a big goal, a bit like finishing Grand Theft Auto 5, getting to that 100% mark, finishing a game. That was a real goal of mine. And once I got there, it felt like a monster achievement, like really a big relief, because I put a lot of effort in for 6 months to get the 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, wow, just felt like I'd won the World Cup once I got to that 1,000. It was really cool. So about almost 18 months ago now, I started a Twitch channel as well. It was something that I'd been watching in videos about spreading the wings and diversifying the channel and having multiple places where they could find you, but always linking it back to the YouTube channel. And so the Twitch channel actually was, I think, semi-successful. It was really good. I met some amazing people along the way through Twitch, and I've still retained that friendship with a lot of those guys. But I use the stream not so much for channel growth, but more of a chance for the people who watch my YouTube videos through the week to catch up live with me and everyone else on a Saturday morning and just have a bit of a chat about everything that we love as our community, which is essentially sim racing, PC chat, components, issues with Windows updates and things. We're always sharing ideas and things like that, and also anything that was race related. I was really content with the way it was at the time. That formula of having my basic YouTube channel and also just catching up with people on a Saturday through Twitch. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But things went wrong. I was putting way too much on my plate. I was trying too hard instead of just letting it flow and let it organically grow. I was pushing too hard. I was not getting enough sleep. I was getting up way too early every day. Um, and especially for my Twitch stream, after working 60 hours a week at work, getting up early before work every day to present a YouTube video and to have a race as well. Um, yeah, Twitch. I was getting up at 2:30 in the morning and getting like 3 or 4 hours sleep before that, doing 4, maybe 5 races in a row. To have content for everyone while we were catching up, and it was it just like I said, putting too much onto my plate. I put way too much of a focus on presenting a daily YouTube video and really neglected my quality of the content. I felt personally that my racing was terrible because I wasn't putting enough time into it. I was, like Mick says, spreading the butter way too thin across the bread, trying way too many cars, and there's a spelling mistake there. Doing way too many cars, trying to diversify my channel so that you guys weren't just watching a daily race of exactly the same car, which personally I would find boring to watch. But because I was trying different cars every day, I wasn't having enough time to practice with those cars, and the racing was just crap, to be honest. I was up the back all the time, or just in the middle and not competitive at all. Um, I was trying, along with Yeah, so I was always pushing myself to the limit to provide good content for the audience, and I personally don't think that was working, and putting too much pressure on myself um, when it wasn't working. I was trying to compete in the championships for all of those cars, and that means at least 8 weeks of a 12-week season, trying to be competitive and maybe having the top three cars, focusing on the last 4 weeks of the season to um, yeah, catch up in the championship where people were dropping off. Um, it was really stressful at work at the start of this year when COVID-19 hit. My company also got the work that I worked for a big transport company, got hit with two computer viruses, which brought the system down. The company lost bucket loads of money, and they were pushing towards getting rid of half the workforce, potentially closing down, which we still think might happen. Um, and just that really toxic environment at the workplace. We had bosses crunching numbers and over uh, analyzing the business and scrutinizing the workers for just trying to do their job. And coming home every day was every day just a little bit more stress that you carried over, and it just built and built and built. We also, there was a big period where all the drivers were facing possible redundancies, and yeah, it was just really, really tough. Um, on top of everything that was happening in my personal life, I was getting up way too early for Twitch streams, and it left me exhausted all weekend. As soon as my Twitch stream would finish, I'd go to bed, wake up almost midday, and do the basic things like shopping and cook a barbecue every weekend for um provide a sort of dinner, an easy dinner for the rest of the week, and that was about it. So I was neglecting time with my young family. Got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, both awesome kids, and yeah, I wasn't spending enough time with kids or my fiance. It all got a little bit too much. Um, I finally popped a fuse. I got a race from a while ago, which was the BMW M4. That was such a hard car to drive. I was driving against people on track that were only doing that car. They were getting better and better and better. The setups with the car I didn't understand, and I just found it really hard to drive. Um, and had an incident with George on track. He was one of the pro drivers, and that video itself, it was something that it was a um, something that showed me that I was doing it all wrong. I wasn't enjoying my racing. I was putting way too much pressure on having a good race with the new content for iRacing, and not spending enough time learning the new content. And just it was a really good signal to me that I was way too wrong in my approach, and that I've put way too much on my plate. And I've been fighting anxiety and depression since I was about 15. In my early years, I'd be happy to talk about it in a video in the future if that was something you were interested in. But in my early years, I struggled extremely um, with the depression, and the last 10 years since I met my fiance, my life has just gone up and up and up and up and up and gotten better and better and better. But I felt that depression, that weight of pulling me back down to that really evil place that I used to live in, um, was getting closer and closer. And it was just creeping back in. My anxiety was terrible. And I just had to make a decision and change me, change my life, and that just meant pulling back from YouTube, from everything that I do here and trying to enjoy it and taking things off my shoulders that I um, that was preventing me from enjoying life, racing, content creation, my family. Wasn't enjoying anything in my workplace. But essentially, my family, I was really neglecting time with my family. And it's kids at this age, it's really precious time to be with them as they're growing up. So I had to do something. And that's why my channel's changed a bit lately. So the new plan is to focus on my mental health. Being above water is how I put it. When you're below water and you feel like you're drowning, that's when you feel like you just keep getting pulled down further and further and further. But when you're above water, you can breathe. It's just relax, look around, enjoy everything, and yeah, that is my first focus. If my mental health is on point, then I have the opportunity to make everything else around my life a lot better. So my schedule has changed for YouTube to only upload 3, maybe 4 videos to YouTube per week. I'm still racing every day. I love my racing, and it only having the pressure, I suppose, of 3 or 4 videos per week means every single day I'm not like, oh, better have a good race, better have a good race, and then just uploading last minute, rushing off to work, and yeah. So essentially, I want to do 3 videos. So Melbourne time, I was thinking Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Um, 2 of them being races, and one of them being like an iRacing tips. I'm enjoying doing the tips, and learning how to do different sort of content creation and presenting videos that were informative, that will help you guys, and things that I've learned. Sharing things out about that. I've given up Twitch. That's it. I'm sorry. Getting up way too early on a Saturday morning, and with Twitch, you have to spend a lot of time, constant time in that streaming environment to retain an audience and to grow. And I just don't have that time. So I've had to pull the pin. Um, yeah, so I'd rather have Saturdays that I get up in the morning after a hard week and go racing. And met everyone that I've met online. We can chat through Discord. Come and meet me on track, and we'll race together, have a bit of fun, and just enjoy what we're doing. Instead of focusing on as many cars as I can, going to have one car to focus on, which is the USF 2000 Formula Sprint. Spend a lot less time on the others, but I still want to enjoy them. So instead of trying to finish the season complete, um, don't worry about iRacing dollars. Just participate in random ones, but have that one car to focus on, so that I can learn that car, and yeah, and grow with the car and the community that's racing it as well. I now have YouTube memberships available. I made it available for my community stream in week 13 last time. Really only opened the channel memberships because you had to do that to get the little emojis that you have in YouTube chat. So that will be my only live streams, is the community races in week 13. There's no pressure on joining up. I'm not asking for your money. My goal at the moment is to get to a revenue point through ad revenue, so that you guys don't have to pay anything. Just put up with a 5-second advertisement before each video, and let that be it, and let YouTube give me money. I don't need yours. Spend it on sim racing gear. But I will be uploading a lot of my races, continuing that format that I started off with from day one, to review my races and see what I'm doing wrong, how I'm presenting, how I'm racing, the setup of the car, the competition, and yeah. So if with the membership, there's 3 levels. I've made them as cheap as possible for each level. I think it's $1.50 a month, and the next one's $5.50. Then the next one's $25. You don't have to join up, that's for sure. Always welcome. Never say no, but yeah, I still upload as much as I can so I can watch my race at work and improve it. So that's my plan. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS theory. Go back to that. What you guys need to do, just let me know what you think. If there's things on there that you don't like, please tell me. It's like having nails on a chalkboard. If someone's doing something that really irritates you, you tell them to stop. Or if they're doing something that you think could change or could do better, feel free to let me know. I'm open to scrutiny and criticism. Also, maybe cancel the Twitch subscription. If you paid money for a Twitch subscription, I know a few people did cancel it. Put your money towards another streamer on Twitch, or come and check me out on the YouTube memberships. You want to keep supporting the channel. Look me up in iRacing. Just look me up in the profile. Type my name in, Glen Corrigan. Look me up. Add me as a friend, or if you don't want to add me as a friend, add me to Studied, which you can view in my profile, and you can follow what I'm doing day to day. Come and join me on the track. Come and say hello. Try and beat me. Challenge is on. Also, come and check my Discord channel out. The link is down below. Come and meet all the awesome people that I have met along the way. And yeah, there's some open discussions on anything sim racing related, hardware related, anything racing related. Just yeah, catching up and using it to share any information that we love together. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you to everyone who made it this far in the video. I really appreciate it. And also thanks to everyone for supporting my channel over the last few years. I sincerely appreciate it. And it's my passion. And so you're also supporting my passion. Thanks a lot for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Down if you didn't. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you on track soon. Bye.